This is, I think, a chip crunching test. Go crunch a chip. Mic check. Chippa, 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 chippa. Hey everybody, welcome back to Yackin And Snackin, our second ever episode. Yeah, we kind of forgot about this segment for like a year. But also life was busy and now we're back. The squeaking you hear in the background is our baby. She's chilling on the floor, having the time of her life. Our snack today for this episode of Yackin And Snackin is chips and cheese.
And cheese salsa.
Travis accidentally bought this cafe-style flavored, they're queso flavored.
Which is basically Cool Ranch.
Yeah, strangely enough, does not taste like cheese.
No.
Which I thought it would. This was an accident, though, but we're making the best of it. That was the point in our Sam's Club run last week when the baby was starting to lose it. That was the last thing we needed. We're like, grab the chips, go, 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 kind of a thing. Atlas, in 10 words or less, tell me why you think you deserve a tortilla chip. The people of the internet will be a judge.
Cute, fluffy, good boy.
Is that one word or two? Two. Want one?
Guard dog. Need chips now, please. Atlas gets the ones that don't get any cheese on them.
One thing that I find extremely attractive about my husband is that he is very good at cheese distribution. He just has a solid technique for that, like a layering thing that he does. Usually very adequate, if not more than adequate, cheese distribution on our chips and cheese. She's not really showing a ton of interest in food yet at this point. She's interested in anything that's like bright colored or moving, you know, but not food specifically.
Are you the king of the table? I mean the queen of the table?
The queen of everything, Dad.
Put your foot in the salsa. I want that.
The queen of the table, the queen of the salsa, the queen of the chips and cheese, and the queen of my parents' hearts. Accurate. So, our Yackin' and Snackin' topic today. We are, obviously, as you know, first-time parents. And so today we are snacking and yakking about being first-time parents and just things that we were not prepared for going into this adventure. So what do you got? You want to go first? You want me to go first? I have a list. This is how I prepare for things. I've literally been making a list. So I'm ready for this. Travis is just spitballing.
Yeah.
You want me to go first?
No, I guess I wasn't prepared for the nurses coming in constantly at the hospital starting from the beginning. Mm-hmm. And that first like cluster feeding was not prepared for that either.
It was a rough night.
Yeah.
Night 2.
Yeah. And then that first like week home, I don't know, I guess maybe I was like emotionally prepared for it, but like the thing I remember about the first week is wearing the same clothes the whole time, like not showering and sleeping in all of my clothes. I would just like get in bed because I knew that I was only going to be there for like an hour and a half at a time. Like not necessarily something I wasn't prepared for, but something I didn't expect myself to do.
Mm-hmm. Sleeping fully clothed.
Yeah.
Related to that, I was not prepared for how noisy babies are when they sleep. Like nobody told me about that. The grunts, the screams while she's sleeping.
Yeah. Like
the random cries, the snoring, the snorts, the squeals. Like, yeah. Do you remember that? Oh, the baby noises. You were very loud. So loud. I was not ready for that.
A little goblin in the bassinet next to us.
Yes. Yeah. She was like a tiny goblin.
Holy cow. Is she like...
Is she okay? Because those noises don't sound human. Yeah. Also related to sleep, thinking that I like squished her at night. This was just like a psychological thing, and I'm sure other parents out there can relate. I know I've discussed this with like at least one other mom who I know. So it's not just me, but like Now, when we get up in the middle of the night, we're nursing in bed. I'm laying in bed with her next to me. I'm on my side, she's on her side. But even before we were feeding like that, I used to have these like, it was like a dream almost, like half asleep, half awake. I have like a pillow that I like snuggle with as well when I sleep. And so I would not be, I couldn't tell if it was her or the pillow, basically. I would like wake up or half wake up or be dreaming or whatever, thinking that I was like laying on top of her. And it was always just the pillow. We never fell asleep with her in the bed. But this would happen every single night. Still happens. Not every single night anymore, but like frequently. You going for it, baby. But yeah, just that like half-dazed terror thinking that you're smothering your child in bed. Oh.
What happened? I also woke up a few times and didn't know if it was like she was still like in the bed somewhere. I think we slept with a lamp on for like the first couple weeks too, which was another thing is like normally I need an eye mask and earplugs, and it was like socks on, sweatpants on, lights on, no earplugs.
She's very talkative.
Yakking and snacking too.
Yes, she is. So, do you have any other sleep ones or nighttime ones?
The adjustment to getting some sleep was kind of more rough than I thought. Like when we started getting like 3 and 4 hours of sleep, I felt worse than I was than when I was taking 1.5-hour naps all night.
We both found it where we weren't able suddenly to fall asleep as quickly anymore because we were, like I said, immediately dropping off, and then suddenly when we're getting a little more sleep, it becomes way harder to fall asleep. So yeah, that was a little rough. Projectile poo in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Just gonna say it.
So everybody was like, "Oh, you've got a girl, so you don't have to worry about her peeing on you." Well, tell you what.
People of the internet will do you one better.
Yeah.
We won't go into too much detail on that one, but suffice it to say, we were not ready. Do you have another one?
On diapers, since we're doing cloth diapers, I wasn't aware that you could just wash that stuff.
We are exclusively breastfeeding at this point.
Yeah.
So until baby starts eating solids, you don't need to do anything in particular with the diapers. You literally just toss them in the wash.
Yeah.
So
it was a pleasant surprise.
I think I was not prepared for nursing and how easy and how hard it is at the same time. Like that first week is just brutal. Like I thought, because I like read all the books, I'm like, oh yeah, like I got this, like it's such a natural thing, like babies know what to do, like my motherly instincts are just gonna kick in, it's just gonna happen for us and just work. Which I think is true once you get there, but there is like an extremely steep learning curve, and I was not prepared for it to not just immediately work, and also not to know what I was doing wrong, not knowing how to fix it, worrying constantly, because especially in those first few days, it's critical that she's eating enough and gaining enough weight, especially since she was just such a teeny peanut initially. So the whole thing is just charged with all of those emotions. And I think part of that struggle was the crazy hormone crash. Another thing I was not prepared for. As much as you read about it and like mentally, yeah, I knew that that's a thing that happens, but when it actually happens, and it was, I think, like day 3 to 5 for me, was just like everything tanked, like total crash and burn for me, emotionally and like physically, mentally, just like everything. I was a hot mess. So thank goodness for Travis. He really carried the team there for a couple of days and like pulled us all through that. But it was bad. Travis had to call the lactation consultant for me. I couldn't do that. I was just having a breakdown. She's sucking on your
She's
hand.
sucking on the side of my thumb, yeah.
Yeah, I was too busy having a breakdown to handle that myself. So I just, like, I couldn't. So he called them for me. We got, like, a video consultation set up, which was hilarious, by the way.
Quit moving it, Dad. Quit moving it.
Goon.
I was going to tell the story of our lactation consult. It was a video call because that's what they do in modern times, I guess. So literally just in our bedroom, like, I'm topless, sitting there with, like, some pillows piled up. Travis has the laptop with the lactation consultant on video on the laptop. He's, like, maneuvering the laptop around to give her a better angle of what's going on so she can, like, advise us in the situation to, like, how to get a better latch and stuff. Really silly in hindsight. That's gonna be something that I look back at and just laugh about forever because that was so silly. Just ignore the slurping sounds you hear in the background. Renna has found her fist. She can almost put the whole thing in her mouth these days. It's very impressive and also really scary. So on the topic of nursing, I was not prepared for how aggressive she was gonna be when she was like a teeny newborn, like piranha style.
I guess I wasn't prepared for the inconsolability that she has.
Yeah, that's hard for you.
I'm a math guy. I went to school for engineering for a while, and now I'm an IT technician.
You're
so
a fixer.
yeah, find the solution and make it stop. And that's like mostly the case, but not an end all, be all. Yeah, that was something that I'm still working on.
I want a baby. Yeah, let's try this a little bit. We're almost done. We're almost done. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Beep-a-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee. Boop, boop, boop. Look at you. Look at you. I think the last one that I had on my list was the back pain. I was not prepared and did not realize that becoming a parent means that you will have back pain. It will happen periodically. It will happen all of the time. It will happen when you least expect it. It just sort of happens. Your back just goes out and it hurts. And you live that way for days or weeks or months if you're Travis. It happens and you live with it. And that is just a part of our lives now. Or maybe that's just a part of being 30. I'm not sure which. It's the same in my case.